In what can only be considered an absolutely bonehead way of announcing the core Avengers Doomsday cast, unveiling a new director's chair every 12 minutes with the name of the cast members. What should have been like a 5-minute announcement turned into a boring 5.5-hour event.
God.
They literally, it was like every 12 minutes we're gonna pan to a new chair that's empty with somebody's name in it. Like, I don't know what you were thinking, Feige, but let's move on from that. Regardless, we now have what appears to be the full primary cast for the next Avengers film, and there's some surprises in there, both in who's there and who's been left out. So we're going to talk about the cast announcement and what it makes us think about Avengers Doomsday. Jay, we were talking about this just before the show. What name shocked you the most?
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum, that was the one.
That was the one. That was the one.
I'll be honest, because we had seen Channing recently as Gambit, the one that got me was Alan Cummings. Because we have not seen Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler since X2.
Oh.
Right? And what year was that? What year did X2 release? Oh my God.
Oh, it's a segment quiz with Alex now.
2003. 2003 is when X2 came out. So yeah, we're going to go through the whole list here in just a second, right? Again, some of them make sense to me. I'm like, yeah, you need some core OG Avengers, some of the new people that the MCU has, brought in, like Shang-Chi, right? We love Shang-Chi. Simu Liu is a treasure, right? The Fantastic Four, we're expecting them, right? That comes out this summer, right? Here's where we get to it. We had a bunch of old school X-Men. Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Alan Cumming, James Marsden, and Rebecca Romijn. Right? And Jay's like racking his comic book brain right now going, what the hell are they going to do?
What are they gonna do? Octo Kitty, what are they gonna do?
Seriously. Well, let's do this before we get into the thing. That many X-Men characters. Were you expecting that many old school X-Men characters? Kelsey Grammer.
No, not at all. So honestly, it kind of worries me that they're going to have too much going on for one movie, but we'll see.
Jay is, for those that listen to this audio only, possibly, or you're listening to this in the background on your YouTube app, Jay is physically grimacing right now. And has been grimacing since the beginning of this segment. He's like, what is happening? Okay. This we're getting into theory, and yes, we're going to read through them all, but this is where we're getting into theory crafting a little bit. This is a new Avengers level threat, right? Like Thanos. We have to establish immediately that Doom is both bad and
okay.
Because we haven't introduced Doom yet. Nobody's seen Doctor Doom, right, in the MCU, right? Because we got to remember mainstream audiences, right? And two, we have to establish the fact that he's fucking powerful, right? We have to make him powerful. So how do we do that? And there's been some speculation on some of the other channels I watch about how do we very quickly establish Doom is fucking evil and he's powerful.
Doge.
So Doge. So here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna kill a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So this is my theory. Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Alan Cummings, Rebecca Romijn, James Marsden, Channing Tatum. They're fucking dead. Right? We know the next phase after Secret Wars is the mutant saga, right? We're ending the multiverse saga. We're moving into the mutant saga. Feige's going to want his own X-Men, right? What better way to establish Doom as a bad guy and as a powerful bad guy than having him murk all of these people. Like halfway through the movie.
No, yeah. It makes sense, and then it solves my issue of like having too much shit going on. Um
So I did this little thing right before the show, right? And this is the full list, right? Patrick Stewart, Professor X, fucking dead, right? Doom's gonna kill him. Ian McKellen, Magneto, dead. Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, dead. Rebecca Romijn as Mystique, dead. James Marsden as Cyclops, dead. Channing Tatum as Gambit, dead. Kelsey Grammer as Beast, dead. Right? I think that first 7 that's in that cast list, I think they're fucking dead. By the end of the movie, they're done. Because here's the names that I don't see on this list lead me to believe I think I know what's going to happen in Secret Wars. Right? And let's see if Jay agrees with me by the end of this. So we bring Doom in. He kills all these people during the cause of the incursion, right? We've talked about incursions in the MCU. We talked about it in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, right? And then at the end of the Marvels, Monica Rambeau ends up over in the X-Men universe. All right, so I think Chris Hemsworth is in there. He's part of the cast. I think he lives. I don't think they're going to kill off Thor. Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm. She's not dying, right? Anthony Mackie is Captain America. I'm pretty sure he's going to survive to Doomsday or to Secret Wars. Sebastian Stan. I don't see him killing Bucky. Tell me, Jay, jump in here anytime you disagree.
I don't know. I could see Bucky dying.
Okay. Letitia Wright as our new Black Panther. This is the closest to a 50-50 that I've got. I think it, and you'll notice on my list, I put him as 51%, right? That's because I think she lives, but I'm not sure. So I'm edging over to lives, but I could be convinced the other way. Paul Rudd is Ant-Man. I think he's dead. I think they're going to kill off Ant-Man. After how bad Ant-Man 3 was, Paul Rudd's getting up there in age, even though he looks like he's still 29. I think they kill Ant-Man, and I think that has emotional weight for the audience.
Yeah, I agree.
Wyatt Russell is Dime Store Captain America / U.S. Agent. I think he lives. He does have the super soldier serum now. He is a super soldier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Tenoch Huerta Mejia. That's our new Namor. I think he lives. Right? I don't think they're going to kill off Namor yet. I don't think they're done. Ebon Moss-Baccarat. That's our new Thing. He's not going to die. Simu Liu, Shang-Chi. He's not going to die.
No.
Florence Pugh as Yelena. This one I wrote as a tough call. I don't know. I just don't know. Where are we at? Louis Pullman. That's our new Sentry that we're about to see in Thunderbolts. I think he lives. Right? Danny Ramirez, which is our new Falcon that we saw in the new Captain America. I think he lives. Joseph Quinn, the new Human Torch. He's not going to die. David Harbour is Red Guardian. This is another one that I'm saying is a tough call. I love David Harbour as Red Guardian. I think the character is great. I loved him in Black Widow. Every time I watch the Thunderbolts trailer, I love him.
It's either I do really like him, and I think the audience really likes him. It's either going to be one of those things where they're not going to kill him off because they can't afford to, or they're going to kill him off to get that like emotional like tug on your heartstrings.
Yeah. Winston Duke as M'Baku. I think he lives, and if they kill off M'Baku, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Okay? You better not kill off M'Baku. Hannah John Kamen as Ghost. She's in the new Thunderbolts movie. I wrote, who cares? Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He's holding the universe together. I think he's the MacGuffin of the movie.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Just in general, I don't think they can afford to kill him off.
He's the one holding the multiverse. Now, what they may do is kill him off at the very end, and that's the person that Doom kills to start disentangling the universe to build Battleworld, right? Pedro Pascal, he's our new Mr. Fantastic. He'll be fine. And Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. He's obviously going to make it to Secret Wars, right? There would be no point in killing off your Dr. Doom before you get to Secret Wars. Looking at this list, is there any obvious, like, omissions from recent MCU history that you're like, why the fuck is this person not in there?
It's a good question. I guess, like, the only one that, like, I'm shocked that's not in it, that, like, has made a really big impact in Marvel recently.
It's Jeff the Shark.
No, I'm thinking. I guess, like,
It's a tough one.
I don't know. I can. Wesley Snipes is really old now, but I would love to, like, get a reboot of Blade.
Well, they had casted Mahershala Ali as the new Blade in the MCU, and that movie's been stuck in development hell for 5 years.
Why?
Script has apparently been the problem.
The script?
Yeah.
This is the shit that pisses
They
me off.
They can't get a
about.
script locked.
It's a fucking comic book movie, bro. How many Blade comics? They're still selling Blade comics. There's a shit storylines.
Look, writing a screenplay is hard. I'll give them that. Somebody in the chat brought up the Eternals. That's falling into the list of, I think Marvel's just going to try and hope we forget about that. Kind of like Secret Invasion. Like, Marvel just doesn't want us to remember that Secret Invasion happened. Like, we're just going to forget that happened. It's fine. So the omissions on this list, this is what it makes me believe. Because the ones that strike me as odd, right? Given what they've done in the MCU in recent years. The number one on the list that I went, huh? Is Miss Marvel. Right? Okay? Because we've established she is very powerful. Right? She's critical, and they've got that whole next gen Avengers thing kind of going. Like the post credit with her and Kate Bishop and things like that. Where the hell is Vision? We know White Vision's out there somewhere.
I mean, that's true. So that is true.
Where's Vision? I can understand, look, Punisher walks into this fight and he gets his ass whooped. Right? Yeah. Daredevil walks into this fight and he's having a tough time.
Yeah.
I think and somebody in a thread I was reading was like, why no Spider-Man? I think Spider-Man 4 is going to be kind of the bridge movie between Doomsday and Secret Wars. I think that they're going to deal with Spider-Man in Spider-Man 4, and then he'll be in Secret Wars. Because my theory is that most of these fools, most of them, are either dead, right? Or in the case of our Fantastic Four, are taken off the board at the end of Doomsday. They're captured, they're fucking trapped in Battleworld, etc. Right? And that the first part of the plot of Secret Wars is Spider-Man teaching, because now he's kind of the veteran. Right? Think about it. He came into the MCU as the kid.
Yeah.
But now he's been through 3 Spider-Man movies, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, right? At this point, he's kind of a veteran.
Yeah.
And so if you were going to have somebody who was going to train Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, all these other people, where he's a little bit older and he's kind of the veteran, I think the first part of Secret Wars is going to be him gathering them together and like mentoring a new generation of superheroes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I agree with your logic there.
That's
I just
that's my theory.
I want it to be like old beer belly Peter Parker dad from Across the Spider Verse.
I love that character.
I know, I love it too.
So that's my theory as to what they're doing. And I think that we're going to get our new stuff. The other one that strikes me as weird is Hulk. We have no Hulk. Where the fuck did the Hulk go? Oh, yeah, Ant-Man. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. Where's our Hulk at? Right?
Uh,
Doom shows up
what,
and there's no Hulk?
what was remind me, what was he doing in She-Hulk again?
Oh, he had just gotten back from Sakaar with his son.
Okay.
Because they have the barbecue scene at the end of She-Hulk. Right? Just for everybody's... Because at the end of She-Hulk, we have the barbecue scene where Matt is hanging out with Jen's family, right? And at the beginning, right? At the beginning of that scene, right? They're like, oh no. You know, at the beginning of the season, he left to go to Sakaar. Hang on, let me see if I can pull this up.
Hey, everyone.
Cousin, Bruce.
I know I've been away on Sakaar for a while. I'll tell you all about it. But first, I have someone here that I'd like you all to meet. This is my son, Scar. I know.
Wow, you're family.
So there you go. That was the last we saw of Bruce, but there's 3 Hulks on Earth right now. There's Bruce, his son, and Jen. So that's where I get a little messed up. 4. Oh, no, you're right. Sorry, Chad is right. There are 4 Hulks on Earth because there's also a Red Hulk.
That is true.
There are now 4 Hulks on Earth, and I don't see any of them on this list to help fight Doctor Doom.
Unless Doctor Doom, because I don't consider Doctor Doom to be dumb at all.
Nope.
So unless Doctor Doom does something to immediately take out who he views as like the greatest threat to him, which, I mean, 4 Hulks? Holy shit. Like, honestly, the only way you're gonna like take on 4 Hulks at one time is like a Thanos snap. Like, that's not, you can't fight 4 Hulks. I don't know. So I think he does something in the very beginning to like level the playing field, which, so you're going to take out like your biggest competition, the Hulks, Gambit, because
Professor X. Magneto, because Magneto's an Omega level mutant.
Yeah.
Right? So if we're talking about an incursion and the worlds are smashing together, right? So here's my theory. Doctor Doom is the one causing the incursion, right? He's like, I'm going to pull these 2 worlds together so I can fucking meld my own world. And he's trying to create Battleworld. He's trying to create his own world. So he's pulling these worlds together, maybe 3 of them, the X-Men world, the Fantastic Four world, because we know they don't start in the 616 in their movie, and the MCU 616 world. And then they all come together, and then he starts taking people out. Like you said, take out the biggest threats first, right? Magneto's an Omega level mutant. Goodbye. Right? Professor X, Omega level mutant. Goodbye. Right? Got to kill all the X-Men. They're dangerous.
Yeah. By the way, 4 Hulks, 1 Doctor Doom. Name of your sex tape right there. No.
Oh, it's good.
I want to see this is just me. Okay, growing up, I grew up with the animated series The X-Men. My favorite character was Gambit. I
Mine
wanna see
too. I have the original Gambit limited edition on this shelf,
shit.
right in there somewhere.
Okay, somewhere.
The 4-episode one where he goes back and he's married to the head of the Assassin's Guild.
Yes. Yes. I think I actually have that as well.
I have that limited series.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to see more Gambit, but
here's the thing. It's a weird list. I think they want their own set of X-Men. I think they're bringing these guys in to kill them off and do some cool fights. I think we're going to get some awesome battle scenes. But I think Feige's going to want his own X-Men going into the Mutant Saga. Right?
yes.
And also, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are 1 billion years old. You're not going to go into the Mutant Saga with Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen in the positions of Professor X and Magneto. They're just too old. Because you're not going to get them for another 5 years. 5 to 7 years. They don't have that in them. Quite frankly, I'm surprised they're back for this. I love Gambit, but against Doom. Did you watch the new X-Men one where he takes out that Sentinel? Chat?
Yeah. Yeah, but
God, that was so good. When he takes out the Sentinel that stabs him.
It's
So good.
by himself, which this is my thing about the X-Men. It's not like, yeah, you have the Wolverine. But typically it's all about them having to work together to take someone down. So like Gambit by himself is not much of a threat. Even like Wolverine, if they're fighting Magneto, Wolverine by himself is not a threat to Magneto. It's
No,
a
Magneto's whooped the shit out of Wolverine a couple of times.
yeah.
And ripped his fucking and ripped his adamantium out.
But so yeah, Gambit can't take on Doctor Doom by himself. I almost said Doctor Zoom, which is a completely different villain there. But no, it's a team. It's a team effort. God, let me have my fantasy, okay? I want Gambit. I want Gambit and Rogue. I want them to have a spin-off with their own little
Nope.
love series.
But no Anna Paquin is Rogue,
Yeah.
right? She's not in this. No Famke Janssen is Jean Grey. We're getting like half the X-Men crew back, but not all of them.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
So I did see some stuff. I don't think this is the end of the announcements. I agree with a lot of the commentators. I think there's going to be more people in this movie that they haven't announced yet. These are the ones that they've got in contract and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Again, I think that you establish Doom as a threat by killing off all the X-Men.
100%.
Yep. And again, I think Spider-Man becomes the leader. And this is the thing that the MCU has been missing since Downey and Iron Man and Cap. I think that the problem that the primary problem the MCU has had since the loss of Cap and Iron Man at the end of Endgame was they have not had a heart or soul of the, like, Iron Man and Cap were the two guys kind of driving everything along, right? And it was their dynamic and their personalities and everything else. And they haven't had that since they left. And Tom Holland's Spider-Man wasn't set up to be that yet. But I think Secret Wars can set Spider-Man up to be that driving force going forward for the MCU. And then you introduce a mutant or two in Secret Wars because you're going into the mutant saga, right? We get some mutants that Spider-Man's helping train in Secret Wars and they become your primary focus moving forward. Our new Wolverine, whoever that's going to be. I'm still rooting for Zac Efron. I don't care. Y'all can make fun of me all you want. He is my dark horse casting to play Wolverine.
Oh God. The fuck. I
Fight me.
thought. Oh God, what is his name? Shit, Henry Cavill. Actually, seeing him in the role, I was like, damn. He could do it. I think he could do it. He won't.
He won't. He's too old.
Yeah, but
He's in his 50s. Zac Efron is only 37. Right?
Henry Cavill is 50.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, he's 41. Sorry.
Okay.
I was off
Dear
by
God.
one. He's my age. He's still old to be starting that franchise. Plus, he's got Warhammer.
Yeah, no, totally, yeah.
And he's got his stuff. But look at this. I'm sorry. Like, did you see him in that wrestling movie? Zac Efron?
Yes. Yes. Well, the Iron Claw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So he can get built, right? He's also closer to canonical Wolverine height.
Short.
He's 5'8". Okay? Number one, he's 5'8". Number two, he can get big. Like, he can get burly, right? We've seen it, right?
True.
Number three, by the way, for everybody that's joking about this, you guys don't remember because you're all too young. People were fucking confused when they casted Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman was a Broadway actor before he became Wolverine. Everybody,
yeah.
Everybody was like, what? What? Here's the other thing. And this is my favorite reason why. Okay? It's fucking perfect. Right? If you guys haven't seen The Greatest Showman, you need to watch that movie. Okay? Zac Efron is a triple threat, much like Hugh Jackman. He can sing, he can dance, he's got the physicality, and again, he's closer to Wolverine's canonical height. We know he can get big and burly. We know he can do physical roles, right? Because again, he did that wrestling movie. He's done Baywatch. He did that one documentary series where he's wandering around the earth. He is my dark horse to play a Wolverine. I want Zac Efron. Kevin Feige, if you're watching the show, please cast Zac Efron as Wolverine. Somebody in the chat saying Elijah Wood. No. He's too nice. Alan Richardson, he wants to be Batman.
Oh, shit.
He's been begging. Did you not see that? We're getting off topic.
But I will say, I could see him as Batman. The guy is fucking huge.
He said you wouldn't even have to pay me. There was a quote that he said. He said, I would play Batman for free.
Oh, God.
Here's the quote from Alan Richardson. I get asked every day if I'm playing Batman. Yeah. Would I play Batman? Yes. Would I pay handsomely to play Batman? You wouldn't have to pay me to be Batman. I would don the suit in Batman voice. Gotham is mine. Right?
Yeah.
Could I see him as Bruce Wayne? Yeah, I can. He's pretty,
huge.
and he's pretty. Yeah, I could totally see Alan Richardson as Batman. I don't think it's going to happen. Let's get back to Marvel.
I know.
Again, so that's my theory about this Doomsday cast. It's a really weird list. Again, there's only a couple there that I was like, why is it? I understand why Doctor Strange isn't there. I think he'll get pulled in for Secret Wars. Benedict Cumberbatch is already confirmed. He's not in Doomsday. He's going to be in Secret Wars. Remember at the end of Multiverse of Madness, he went wandering off the multiverse with Charlize Theron. I think that the incursions happen and he comes back at the end of Doomsday, beginning of Secret Wars, to assist Spider-Man in winning the war against Doom. Right? Oh, you know what would be really fun? To riff off this idea. Spider-Man's training the new thing. We all know Doom hates the Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah.
So he's captured the Fantastic Four and he's taken them off the board, right? And they're at different locations around Battleworld, right? So what Spider-Man's got to do is he's got to lead his team of brand new kitty heroes like Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, etc. Somebody brought it up in the chat. Ant-Man's daughter, right? We take all of them, and they've got to go rescue all the members of the Fantastic Four so that they can actually fight Doom.
This sounds like the plot of a video game.
It sounds like the plot of a comic book, probably 7 comic books that we've read.
Probably.
Right.
No, I could see that.
Last casting name to be dropped as summer blockbuster season approaches. In Doomsday, I don't think they're going to drop anymore. They're in production now. That was the other reason they did the announcement yesterday. Is production, like not pre-production. The script is locked for Doomsday and Secret Wars. It's done, right? Their scripts are locked and they're greenlit. Production has officially started. They're filming. That's the other reason I think Spider-Man's not there is I think he's because he's doing the Chris Nolan one right now. He's filming the Odyssey right this second. And he goes to the Spider-Man 4 later this summer.
God, jeez.
I don't think we're going to get any more casting names. Do you?
Nope. No.
I think this is it. I'm going to be really curious to see the post-credit scenes in Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four now.
100%, yes. Because that's going to
set everything up.
Set everything up. Unless they do...
Something somebody else brought up. Star-Lord. Where the fuck did... So, again, key ones that we're missing, and I'm curious how they're going to take him out, how Doom's going to take him off the board. Star-Lord is on Earth.
Yes.
He's chilling with Grandpa.
Yeah, he's eating a bowl of cereal as last time we saw him, right?
Yes, but he's still a half Celestial. Right? 4 Hulks, Star-Lord. Right? Again, I'm not even thinking about the street level guys. Daredevil, Punisher, any of them, because this is above their level. Right? How do I think they're going to make Downey work as Doom without us auto-seeing Tony Stark? I think that initially you're not going to see his face.
Yes, 100% you're not going to see his face initially.
I think that's going to be the big twist, right? Again, I think you're going to see the X-Men at the beginning of the film. I think he's going to cause the incursion. I think he's going to murk all the X-Men, right? And I think it's going to be, again, going on this list, if you want the biggest bang for your buck, it's Thor. Thor is fighting Doom, right? And again, if we use like Doom at his most powerful, he uses a combination of technology and magic. He uses both, right? So he's doing like spinny shit like Stephen Strange in an Iron Man suit, basically, right? And he's fighting Thor, and Thor knocks his mask off with Stormbreaker. And there, looking at Thor, is Tony Stark's face. That would be better if they hadn't already told us. The only reason I think they told us is I don't think they thought they could keep it secret. I think I think they thought there was no way on the planet it wouldn't leak.
Yep.
Look at the Andrew and Toby shit from Spider-Man. That shit leaked. And Marvel did everything under the sun, to include having Andrew Garfield deny left, right, and sideways that he was in the new Spider-Man. That guy lied for like 6 months. Go look at the Andrew Garfield. He was doing press for other movies. They're like, are you in the new Spider-Man? He's like, no, I wish I was. That would be cool. Da-da-da-da-da. He lied so convincingly for months, but everybody knew.
But I think if I remember correctly, he got in trouble with Sony way back in the day for accidentally like leaking shit or something.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I could see Spider-Man Unmasking Doom 2. Yes, I could too. But again, I don't think Spider-Man's in this movie. I think they're going to deal with how he interacts with Doomsday in his movie. When does Spider-Man 4 come out? Hang on. It's next year. Next July. So, Secret Wars will come out. Doomsday will come out. Spider-Man will come out between it and Doomsday. And if you remember, Ant-Man did the same thing. Right? We had Infinity War. Ant-Man came out in the middle. took place right before Infinity War, and then right during that post-credit scene, everybody got dusted, and Ant-Man was stuck at the quantum realm, which sets up everything that happens in Endgame. I think that the Spider-Man 4 movie is going to set up what happens in Doomsday. Or in Secret Wars. That'd be my guess.
I don't know, but all I know is fucking. I'm gonna use my AMC A list, and so can you if you use the link down below to purchase your AMC A list.
AMC, if you'd like to sponsor us, we would take your money. We are both big evangelists for A list.
Yes,
100%.
100%.
Anyway, this is a 35-minute segment. I'm gonna have to edit the snot out of this. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Are we done seeing casting news? Was there anything that surprised you? Was this the stupidest way to announce the cast ever? 5.5-hour live stream showing me a new chair every 12 minutes. Feige, what were you thinking? All right. Let us know down in the comments below.